Hello guys, welcome once again to Think Tank TV. Now the truth is that most of the times in a bid for us to get information that we are going to be sharing with you, some of the things we see can actually be very amazing. You see, when you go to all these ministries, departments and agencies, say you want to look for contracts, when they list out documents you go and get, so they say go and get your tax clearance, go and get your team, go and get your NSITF, go and get DPR, go and get this one. Sometimes it can actually be frustrating. But it's possible that these guys can also give contract to a company that is not even registered with Corporate Affairs Commission in the first place. Now, so it doesn't look like we just frame up the stories. It was put out this morning by Punch newspaper, and Punch newspaper says an audit report has uncovered financial irregularities totaling over 4.6 billion naira in David Umahi's Ministry of Works. You see that? Now, I'm going to be showing you how that money was spent, how the Ministry of Works went ahead to give contract to companies that are not even registered with Corporate Affairs Commission in the first place. Yes, you heard me right. But before I do that, I'd like us to jump right into the candlelight session that was held in honor of Senator Ifeanyi Obi, so rest in peace, where L00Ted, the CEO of Airpeace, went ahead to narrate his experience with Ifeanyi Obi. Now, it may amaze you that so many people may have their different experiences and stories with a person, but the truth is that sometimes they may have their good parts. Let's take a look at the words of L00Ted, and we shall be coming back to give you the full details of that about 4.6 billion naira that was spent in the Ministry of Works.
Mr. President of the Senate, please permit me to stand by existing protocols already established. I feel so emotional being here today. I was one of the last people that saw Dr. Ifeanyi Obi before he left for the United Kingdom. In fact, he flew on my aircraft. I remember Ifeanyi coming to have breakfast with me that fateful morning before he left. And I still remember the discussions we had. Ifeanyi was one of those people, he never believed in never. Very dogmatic, very resilient, very positive, forward-looking young man. He never believed, he never looked down himself, but he was a man with a very big heart. And that was what, drew us closer. I saw myself in Ifeanyi Obi, he saw himself in me, and both of us formed a union to the extent that I refused to go and see the wife when the news of the death broke, because I didn't know how to face her. I'm so emotional that I didn't want to break down her presence. Instead, I sent my wife. I don't think we have to Ifeanyi. And when we say Ifeanyi worked for the Anambra before, I beg to disagree. Ifeanyi worked for the entire humanity, not just Nigerians alone. Wherever he found himself, he touched lives. Even in the Congo, people he never met, people he never knew. I remember when I had an issue, Ifeanyi was there with me from morning till night. And I remember another situation. Ifeanyi is always caring. Ide, he calls me by the name Ide. Your business is so capital intensive. How do you cope? How do you sleep? Okay, do you know I have this money now? I don't need it. Can you come and take it to help yourself? Ifeanyi did that to me. I said, Ifeanyi, we were flying together from Lagos. And that morning, the last flight we had together. I said, no, Ifeanyi, I thought he was joking. And when we landed, I had to go into the cockpit to talk with my pilots and the cabin crew and others. When I got down the stairs, Ifeanyi was there waiting for me. That thing I told you, come, I have some money. I said, Ifeanyi, leave it. I'm regretting not collecting that money from Ifeanyi because he may have given it to someone who may not return it to the family. But that was the man we're talking about. So, Ifeanyi was full of love for humanity. He was not tribal. He didn't involve himself in all those divides that try to divide humanity and our country. May his soul rest in perfect peace.
So guys, this is how Punch newspaper puts it. It says, Auditor General uncovers 4.6 billion unapproved spending in Umahi's ministry. Let's take a dive at how they put it. He said, an audit report has uncovered financial irregularities totaling 4.6 billion in the Federal Ministry of Works housing sector raising concerns about systemic non-compliance with financial regulations and procurement laws. The findings contained in the Auditor General for the Federation's annual report covers activities between 2020 and 2021 and reveals significant lapses in internal controls under Babatunde Fashola, the former Minister of Works and Housing. The report details several issues, including payments made without proper documentation 1, extra budgetary expenditures 2, mobilization fee exceeding approved threshold 3, and contracts awarded without following due process 4. The sum of 1.8 billion was paid from the government integrated financial management information system account without the requisite payment voucher, violating paragraph 601 of the Financial Regulation 2009. Also, 546 million naira was transferred to project account without adequate documentation or budgetary provision. The Auditor General's report attributed these anomalies to weak internal control mechanism in the ministry. Now, let me rush quickly to some areas I want to highlight. The lack of adherence, non-response to the report, blah 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 blah. All right, so let's see this one. It says the report further revealed contracts worth 497 million were awarded to companies not registered with the Corporate Affairs Commission. Wow, that is serious. It says the amount of 100% was paid to unregistered entities, and a company awarded the contract in 2016 was only registered in 2019, contravening the Public Service Procurement Act. So the company was awarded contract in 2016, but was not registered, but got registered in 2019. Wow. You've seen it for yourself. Now, records has it that these transactions was done during Fashola's time, the former Minister of Works and Housing in Nigeria, during President Muhammadu Buhari's time. Now, the truth is that it is time for the EFCC to jump into investigation. It's not about jumping into looking for people who sprayed Naira, as good as that may sound. This is time for you to do your job, EFCC. Yes, many have said it, and I would say it again, that Nigeria does not have policy issues. Nigeria has implementation issues. If it's for policies, we have wonderful policies, but the systemic corruption in the system is something that seriously needs to be looked into. A lot of people have been wondering, how can we actually curb this issue of the systemic corruption? There have been different recommendations by Goodluck Jonathan's government, but at the end of the day, the truth is that the root cause of all these things is poverty in the land. When people know that they have an opportunity to get into a position of position of authority where they can get all the funds that will take care of themselves, their family, and their generation, they will do everything humanly possible to save and loot monies that will never bring them back to poverty. Because the truth is, the financial situation, the economic situation in Nigeria is absolutely very harsh. So if there's no systemic process that makes people to believe that they can actually live without corruption, forget it. Regardless of all the boundaries you put, people would always ensure that they loot monies that will take care of themselves and their generation. And let me use this opportunity to first of all give a big thumbs up to our auditors in Nigeria. To be very frank with you, though we may have some exceptions, auditors in Nigeria have been doing really, really, really well. Yes. Without an auditor, I don't think this kind of information should have come out for Nigerians to see how the ministries, departments, and agencies can use what we call imamado, man no man, to favor their cronies, giving contracts to even people that are not registered with Corporate Affairs Commission. As serious as that can be. We'd love you to do what to drop your own thoughts in the comment section. Let's get to know what you think about the actions in the Ministry of Works that have generated these reactions, and we shall continually be here to serve you. Many thanks indeed to all our viewers and returning subscribers. We truly don't take it lightly. My name again is Moses, and this is Think Tank TV. See you on our next video. Bye for now.